Welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Slumdog Millionaire, a masterstroke that swept the world off its feet.
Please give a big round of applause
Good luck,
to our
kid.
very first contestant of the night, Jamal Malik. Hello, let's go.
Omega?
Helicopter! Your hero's inside it! Shout at Salim!
Salim, gone!
Push the door! What are you looking at? Keep looking! That is him! That's his helicopter landing! It's landing! Get out that door! And cut.
And I have to give credit to the guys that we were working with who kept saying to me all the time, you've got to use Rahman. You've got to use AR Rahman.
Tracking milestones of an incredible journey spanning 30 years. Rahman Music Sheets. Hi friends, how about finding a top take? A wow factor in this episode. Do watch it till the end to grab this harmonic moment of the day. Celebrating 15 years of Slumdog Millionaire. Produced on a shoestring budget of $15 million. Slumdog Millionaire was set to be released on DVD. Realizing its potential to test waters, distributors released it in film festivals. 30th August 2008. Slumdog Millionaire was premiered at the Telluride Film Festival, Colorado, USA. A week later, screening at the Toronto International Film Festival, Canada, generated a buzz around the film. Finally, the film was released in the US theaters on 25th December 2008. Through word of mouth and web-enabled viral marketing, this sleeper film became a mega hit worldwide, collecting $400 million. Less than 2 months later, on 22nd February 2009, Slumdog Millionaire won 8 Oscars.
We never really expected, you know, when you have a big success like that, retrospectively people imagine that you expected it in some fashion. We absolutely didn't. And you know, AR came into it. He didn't come into it because he knew he was going to get an Oscar out of it or anything like that. He came into it with his heart open, as he does all his work.
And the Oscar goes to Slumdog Millionaire, Christian Colson.
Danny Boyle for Slumdog Millionaire.
AR Rahman for Slumdog Millionaire.
Simon Beaufoy for Slumdog
Slumdog
Millionaire.
Millionaire.
Did you ever expect Slumdog Millionaire to win Grammy, Oscars, and virtually every possible award?
No. The thing about that movie was it had only 18 or 19 cues. Normally in a movie you would have like 153, 154 cues in so many reels. So it never even occurred to me that the impact of this music would be so much while watching the movie. But that's his genius, the way he had put the music against the picture, created a whole new feeling for people when they watched it. And that's his peculiar style which he still uses. And for me, we're lucky that it all happened. And it happened to be an Indian movie and it did a lot of things for me too.
After Lagan, Swades and Jodha Akbar, Ashutosh Gowariker and Rahman were getting ready for their 4th film together, What's Your Rashi? That's when fate intervened. Danny Boyle called Rahman.
I guess it's destiny. No one can plan. I was in a state where again I was doing a lot of movies, and I get this email from Danny Boyle. So they would be interested. It'll be an honor to work with you and all this stuff. So when I heard about Trainspotting, I never saw the movie, and realized this potential with soundtracks. It was an amazing year for soundtracks, and that excited me a lot. So like, if he's so right about soundtracks, I mean, to work with him, you can learn a lot of things.
Danny Boyle kept shooting. Rahman was excited, but they failed to meet.
And we kept missing opportunities of meeting. Every time we would fix some time, I would be busy or he would be busy. And when it was almost impossible, one day I text him, or he texts me, saying that let's meet. I am in this hotel. And he said, I am in the same hotel, another floor.
Anyway, I met him. We had a lovely meeting. He's very quiet, doesn't talk a lot. He's a musician, he talks through his music.
So we met for breakfast when he just gave the DVD. He said, see this. And again, I had it in my hand for a week. I didn't see it. And one night I was restless and I was watching this and I was amazed by what potential it had.
शाम गम की कसम जो गाना है ना तो उसमें मैंने ढोलक इस्तेमाल किया ना तबला इस्तेमाल किया दिल परेशान है रात वीरान है उसमें डबल बेस है एंड स्पेनिश गिटार एंड पियानो एंड उसकी ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन जस्ट लाइक जिस तरह सिम्फनी चलती है शामे गम की कसम आज गमगी है हम आ भी जा आज मेरे सनम.
Now, O2 India presents Talkies Unkahi with unique Indians. To move ahead, Rahman first had to opt out of Ashutosh Gowariker's film.
I had to leave Ashutosh. I speak to Ashutosh and said, I can't do your movie. I want to do this movie. Because he was shooting in a very similar time frame.
There are some bits and pieces that we haven't really touched yet, but I'm imagining they'll come out of the main themes, really.
We also need to know about the budget, so you don't want to go overspend at the same time.
And I would work in the editing room during the day, and then like about 8 o'clock at night I'd go up to his place. And he's like all musicians are the same. They don't really start working until the sun's gone down, and then they begin to work. And it's exhausting because they work through the middle of the night. So we'd be sat there and they'd have all these people turning up from the West End. So all these people who are in Lion King, all these musicians, singers, performers, they'd all turn up for him at 11 o'clock at night when the show would come down. And I'm like exhausted, and we just, he's just getting going. He's just getting started.
You could probably cut that. You can cut that note if you want. Sure. That note. It's almost everything in slow motion. Okay. Phantom.
He doesn't do what you tell him, because it'd be rubbish if you did, but he interprets it. He uses your energy, your desire for what you want, kind of helps guide him, really. I think because he's got these other careers in classical music, in so many different areas of music, he knows that in film music, he has to be a servant of the film, whereas obviously in some of his original compositions, he doesn't need to be, really. Because it was very important to start the film in a way that was like rampant. There was going to be no opportunity for people to back away from this film. It was like, woof, straight at you. Because we had this whole sequence worked out about this running through the slum and just the energy of the place, it was just saying drop all your prejudices about what you think about slums and stuff like that. Just forget all that. Just look at this life for us here.
Originally, the song Jai Ho was not even part of the film. By the time Rahman came on board, Danny had already shot and edited the sequence using soundtrack from another Hindi film, Dawn.
They had already shot the song with Aaj Ki Raat. So I was thinking if it's a song from another movie, it doesn't qualify for anything. And it doesn't seem right because Indian audiences have already heard that song. So a new song would be good. So then this song, Jai Ho, was done and time stretched to the exact beats per minute and then posted, and then he heard it and he said, can you add more strings to it? And I add more strings, and then it was not there till the last moment, and then he re-edited the whole thing to this song, and then rest, It was in Toronto. But it was a crazy time.
Jai Ho, a song in Hindi, became almost like a folk anthem. Everyone was dancing to its beats, irrespective of cultures, and all across the oceans.
The world's reaction was pretty amazing because they'd never heard that kind of music before. They'd never heard of a song like Jai Ho. And all of us sat back and said, oh boy, if that's how the world reacts to Jai Ho, let them hear the rest of Rahman. With Jai Ho, he became a bit of a pop icon. And that, of course, cuts, the moment you become a pop icon, you cut across all cultures and all barriers. And so no longer are you niche. And that's what he managed to do. And he has the ability to do that, and that's what makes him very popular.
Artists across the globe came together, recreating, reinterpreting, infusing their own self into Rahman's music.
So when the Slumdog Millionaire came out, whole world went absolutely crazy. It became like a hymn of the world. Whole world was introduced to Indian music, Indian culture through that movie and through Maestro's score that he wrote. When I heard it, I was so fascinated with the rhythm, the arrangement, the strings, the dance, the power, the energy of the song. And I just had to try and do it on the cello, which was very challenging.
Sometimes it's really dry, sometimes full of reverb. In some parts, he might keep you in a certain mood for a very long time. We have like a root note that's going on throughout the song, and then, boom, he like changed the melody, changed the chord, and gives you something new.
Sometimes instinctively you have a feeling that the film took through like different phases of dark phases, and then you were like suffocated. And when both the boy and the girl meet together in the end, this provided the catharsis which was necessary. And initially it was half-hearted, I would say, but then once Jai Ho came into the picture, and because even the chant is so spiritual in a way, because we've been using it for thousands of years, I think, there was some magic which happened. And it was easily remembered kind of a catchword, I would say, phonetically also.
I got shivers when you touch away. I make you hot, get all you got, I make you wanna say
For Slumdog Millionaire, AR Rahman won 2 Oscars, 2 Grammys, 1 BAFTA, 1 Golden Globe. That's when Indian filmmaker Subhash Ghai claimed that Jai Ho was originally written for his film Yuvraj.
I would take you to somewhere very far. The dream of you and me, I swear I never let it die.
जब जय हो गाना भी हमारा बनाया उन्होंने युवराज के लिए, तो मैंने उनसे कहा कि मेरे पास एक वर्ड है जय हो, उसके ऊपर हम प्ले करते हैं. He liked the word to play किया.
Mr. Ghai was in conversation as a generic idea. I would say Jai Ho is a great idea, like to do it. It's like saying do a song about love. but it could be like anything. And so he actually kind of initiated the conversation.
The song was so beautiful that finally I thought that I'm wasting this good song in a wrong situation where ZAID Khan has a disco dance number and it cannot be used as a disco dance number. It has to be treated some better. So I told him, well, I would not use this song.
सर सुभाष घई साहब ये कहते रहे हैं कि जो जय हो गाना है वो सबसे पहले उनकी फिल्म युवराज के लिए लिखा गया था। क्या ये बात सही है? क्योंकि युवराज के गाने भी तो आप ही ने लिखे थे।
नहीं है, वो उनके गाने की रिकॉर्डिंग्स भी चल रही थी और वो भी ये सुन रहे थे, है ना। जैसे मैं आपके लिए गाना कर रहा हूँ, इनके लिए भी कर रहा हूँ, म्यूजिक दोनों के गाने चल रहे हैं। अब इनका गाना कर रहा था कि आप आ गए, तो आपसे कहा कि कैसा लगता है आपको, आपकी सिचुएशन में आता है? नहीं नहीं मुझे बड़ा चाहिए, उन्होंने कहा था, ये नहीं चाहिए। तो इसका, लेकिन जिस वक्त उसको ऑस्कर मिल गया तो लोगों ने बात बनानी शुरू हो गई, नहीं नहीं वो तो मैंने देखा था, मेरे सामने हो रहा था, कहा भी था उसने। तो ये अलग बात होती है। इट इज़ नॉट दैट, इट वाज नॉट मेड फॉर हिम।
I am not trying to take the credit for it. It is his composition, it is his baby.
ये बात के लहू लगा के शहीद होने की जरूरत नहीं है।
सर जय हो को जब ऑस्कर मिला तो आप उस सेरेमनी में नहीं पहुंच पाए।
मेरे पास काला कोट नहीं था। हाँ, मैं पहले ही बता चुका हूँ, बाकी तफसील में जाने की जरूरत नहीं।
Jai Ho gets all the attention, you know, and rightly so. But his score for the film is phenomenal, I think, and it's a very diverse film. You know, it's very vignette-y. There's 3 sets of characters. They're the same people, but at 3 different ages, and it's all over the place, really. And it's his music that binds it all together, you know, and that pulls you into it, and also makes you feel India. Because, you know, but what he did brilliantly is he made it feel accessible to the West as well. You know, as well as delivering India, he also, or Mumbai especially, he also made it accessible to Westerners who might find it baffling. They gave him those Oscars because he's serious. They don't give out Oscars easily in the composition world. That's why it tends to be all the same guys getting it all the time. They don't let newcomers in very easily. But I think they all knew that this wasn't just a one-song film. This was seriously scored throughout.
You know, I wasn't surprised when he was nominated. He and I had chatted, and I actually warned him. I said, you know what, they probably won't give it to you. I always knew that they would nominate him. You couldn't not nominate him. But I didn't know they would give it to him because he's not a member of the community. It's so wildly different, you know. So, you know, when he got it, I was really happy.
It was astonishing how it introduced so many people to his work, you know, which can only be a good thing, you know. And music is like that, it just transcends all borders. I don't think there are any boundaries in his music. I think there are in people listening to it sometimes, but that's just them, you know. But there's no boundaries in him at all.
After Grammys and Oscars, up next was Jai Ho, the Journey Home concert. The world tour spanned USA, Canada, UK and South Africa. Another milestone in Rahman's career and a testimonial to his global popularity.
how much do you love music?
Tremendously. I wouldn't have been here otherwise.
Okay, do you love me?
Do you want me to say that? Do you want me to show that?
This is by Einstein, Albert Einstein, right? And he said, and this is so appropriate to Slumdog and to AR, I think, he said, everything is determined, the beginning as well as the end, by forces over which we have no control. It is determined for the insect as well as the star, human beings, vegetables, or cosmic dust. We all dance to a mysterious tune, intoned in the distance by an invisible piper. That's what he said. Now that invisible piper, none of us know who that invisible piper is. Some of us think we do, but nobody really knows who the invisible piper is. But the song that he's playing will be written by AR Rahman.
Slumdog Millionaire arrived like a tidal wave in the global film music scenario. It shaped Rahman's career like nothing else before. In our next episode, Madhushri joins us. Stay with us.
All musicians are the same. They don't really start working until the sun's gone down, you know, and then they begin to work. And it's exhausting because they work through the middle of the night. I'm like exhausted, like, and we just, you know, he's just getting going. He's just getting started.
Do you agree that this indeed was the moment of the day? Is your choice different? Whatever your mind says, write it in the comments section below. We will be waiting. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon and stay entertained.